The first inner negotiator I would liken to the CEO, your own internal CEO, your chief executive. This is a part of you that dreams, that has vision, the part of you that connects to possibility, who follows intuition. Very different from the part of you, and by the way, connected to a different part of your brain, who is your thinker. I sometimes say can be represented as if your inner CFO, right? Analyzing information, managing risk, generating options to solve problems. The thinker uses reason, not a better or worse tool than intuition. It just happens to be the most likely tool for the thinker to use. The third inner negotiator is the lover. Like your own VP of HR, the part of you that cares about relationship and people. This is where your emotional intelligence lives. And emotion is one of the core resources of the lover. It's the lover that helps you know how to monitor the morale of your team and know whether you need to do something to pick people up. It's the lover that allows you to retain talent because you create a corporate culture where people want to be, where they feel appreciated and recognized, and where they feel they have community and mentors. Zappos, for example, very well known for retaining talent and having a people-friendly culture. And the warrior who is focused on performance. The warrior is about getting it done. Execution. The warrior says, well, that's a very nice dream that you have, dreamer. How will we pay for it? Or this is a very nice idea to keep having meetings where people check in and get to know each other, but we've missed the deadline for this project about 4 times, so maybe we could balance attention to community building and work plan. Not any one of these 4 is more or less important than another. There are no good or bad members of the Big 4. They're all critically important for your success. But overwhelming research across many disciplines show that by and large, people tend to have 2 of these areas that they gravitate towards. They're naturally good at them, or they've just spent a lot of time developing those skills. One area that they feel somewhat neutral about, they can use those skills or not, and one that they really more or less have shut away. They're not comfortable, they feel they're not good at it, they've gotten messages along the way that they shouldn't behave that way, they've gotten lots of accolades and praise for doing the other ones. Very few people, even very senior leaders, are equally comfortable or equally capable in all 4 of these areas. And I would suggest that real mastery and the path to consistent high performance and lasting change comes from integrating all 4 of these members of your inner team and being equally capable in all of these areas. So I want to just give you a couple of quick examples because it can help to go from the realm of ideas, which the thinker is listening to the right brain, which deals with images and pictures and relationships, and put some faces to some of these. And as I give you a few examples, I just want to invite you to be thinking of people who represent these different styles or attitudes to you. These could be famous people from politics, from entertainment or sports, from history, people living or dead, people in the business world. These could be people who you know, but nobody else in the room knows. And they could be world famous. But it will help you in your journey as you try to explore these areas if you can make it personal and say, yeah, you know what? I need to access my inner Oprah Winfrey. That's what I need to do, because I've lost my big vision capability. And Oprah, vision's big. She's got big dreams, and she believes in other people and their capacity to have big dreams. So there are many examples of this in history. If you think of Ronald Reagan and Gorbachev, they had a vision of a world after the Cold War. That was a vision that they brought to fruition. Helmut Kohl had a vision of a united Germany. He was one of the main architects, not only of a united Germany, but of the European Union. Steve Jobs had a vision. The creators of Skype had a vision. These are people who saw a possibility into the future and believed in their capability to bring that vision into the world. That is the signature strength of the dreamer. So I ask you to just think for a minute to yourself privately, who do you think of as a dreamer who inspires you, who stands for and symbolizes to you the path of the dreamer, the visionary, who intuits what's coming, who leans into the future? Toyota as a company, long before anyone else explored hybrid technology, they were building the Prius. That's the dreamer's vision. The lover is about relationship. So I think of Princess Diana because she was the people's princess. But there are many, many examples of people who have to focus on their own relationship skills. Christine Lagarde, head of the IMF. There are 188 member countries of the International Monetary Fund. Do you think that her role requires her to use people skills? People think that these lover skills are soft skills. I don't think anyone who's ever been a manager really believes that. I think the domain of managing people is one of the hardest areas. I think of Bill and Melinda Gates, people who have extraordinary financial means and who have devoted much of their resources to the betterment of the common good. It's a lover sensibility to use their wealth to help people, to serve humanity. That's something that the lover does. They put their energy towards caring for people. The third is the thinker, the part of you that reasons, perhaps enjoys statistics and measuring things and analyzing things. Warren Buffett, for example, thought of as wildly successful as an investor because he has a philosophy of investing, he has his model, he sticks to it. Susie Orman, I think of as a terrifically skilled thinker because she takes the complex world of personal finance and explains it to all of us in terms we can understand. And it's one of the skills of a thinker to take something very complex and understand it so well that you can express it simply. Anybody here ever take a 25-page memo and have the job of writing the executive summary in a page and a half and think, it's actually harder to express this in a page and a half than it is to express it in 25 pages, right? Because you have to do the hard thinking work. To synthesize, to prioritize, to hone in on the key ideas. Thinkers are also people who build theories. Too big to fail. That's a theory, that's an idea. Freud, the theory of flow, positive psychology. These are idea people. By the way, scientists, lawyers, people who generate legal decisions, these are often people who gravitate to the domain of the thinker, and they harness those capabilities with clarity. And the fourth example is the warrior. And the warrior historically has been associated with combat. But that's not my purpose in using this as a symbol. I'm using it in the mythic sense. The warrior is a fighter who also serves a very fundamental role as a protector. not only as an aggressor. And the warrior in you can defend your ideas, protect your values, take a stand for your team, protect your family, and protect you. The warrior also has a very important role in helping the dreamer connect their dream to real-world constraints. I'll share with you a true story. I happen to be slightly better at dreaming than warrioring. I am a person who may be like some of you. Just before I finish a project and it's almost done, I'm thinking, this is a great time to start a new project. I would much prefer to initiate something new than actually finish what I have started. And in fact, it's not a bad strategy if you have that profile to surround yourself by strong operations people, right? I think over time, it would be better to integrate that strength yourself as a leader. But in the short term, it's okay as long as you have other people near you.